Hi, I'm Sarah. I'm an incoming PGY1 in Otolaryngology here at Western, so I am a brand new junior doctor. There were many reasons why I'm here at Western right now, and one of the things that I found that really stood out about this program was the constant teaching and the structured approach to teaching, and that was something I really appreciated and got to see firsthand when I was on elective. So far, in my very short time that I've been here, I think the people have been my favorite part. My co-residents in particular have been really accommodating and welcoming, and it's been great getting to know them and to work with them. Well, I have been here for 5 minutes and I've already been offered 3 projects, and I think that every one of the staff here is pretty world-renowned in their field, and there are many opportunities for research. Again, in my very short time here, I've been able to see that they have a very collegial approach. I think there's a lot of text messaging between the staff and the residents in a very comfortable and professional manner at the same time. Everybody is very available, easy to reach. And again, there's also a constant interest on the staff's part in teaching. So whenever there is a resident or that I've seen thus far approaching a staff, there's an opportunity to learn. They take advantage of that to do the work and then also do the teaching at the same time. I find it to be a very positive working environment, and I really enjoy the culture here. I think it's the interpersonal relationships between the residents and the staff. I think it's a lot about the approach to the patients, and I think it's about the structure to your rotations, and I think all of that combined makes it a very positive work environment. I find my supervisors thus far to be very supportive and also very welcoming, and they seem to take an interest in wanting to get to know who we are, the 3 of us who are new to the program, which is something I think we appreciate as well. So I came from Montreal, the best city in the world, and now I live in London, Ontario, and I will admit that I was a little bit apprehensive about the change from what I believe to be the best city in the world to a different city, and I am absolutely loving it. And I think it has to do with the people, and I think London is a place that attracts a lot of people from a lot of different places. So I think there's a lot of opportunities to make new links and meet new people and to explore. And I think that I didn't realize how close London is to all these beaches that are near lakes that people are going to all the time, and that I've now been to and really have come to appreciate. You're not far from Toronto. And I still think that the small city vibe for someone who's doing an intense 5-year program is something that is a huge asset, because I lived in, again, I think Montreal is wonderful, but I also have spent many hours in a car surrounded by orange cones, just not moving at a green light, and that is not something I've seen at all in my time here, and I appreciate it. You're here for 5 years to work, and a lot of your hours are going to be at the hospital, and I think that's a huge factor in your quality of life for a very critical 5-year period. So in terms of finding a place, it was pretty easy. There are a lot of available student, young professional housing, and I was able to do everything virtually. And I also got a lot of recommendations from the current residents when I reached out to them and had some questions about what were the neighborhoods to seek out given our work schedule, etc. The cost of living in London is very reasonable, and I think is another asset to living in London. What I do when I'm not at the hospital, I actually got a place that's right downtown, right by the river, so I've started running by the river pretty regularly. I also have a dog, so I'm able to take him. There's 3 big dog parks here that I've been able to visit. I've gone to the beaches, which have been really nice. So as an incoming resident, I think we're really lucky in that they kind of ease us into the transition to becoming kind of a full-time junior doctor. So we've been very lucky in that we haven't had call in our first 2 months. We're on service the first 2 months, which has given us some extra time on the evenings and weekends to actually A, get acclimatized to the city, B, get familiar with the volume of knowledge that you need to know for ENT, and also get familiar with the environment, the system, the electronic medical record, the people, etc. So my work-life balance has been really good, but I am also aware that there is a caveat that eventually we will get call and it'll change. So when I think of the program at Western, I think of my kind of long-term goals, and what was really important for me when I was thinking of my rank order list, etc., was having a good amount of exposure and surgical operative hours. And I think that this program offers you not only exposure to all of the ENT subspecialties that are not necessarily available in all places, In addition to that, like a really graded, systematic approach to graded responsibilities and hours in the operating room. And I think when I looked at the senior residents when I was here on elective, I found that they were like super impressive in not only their knowledge base, but also in their technical skills, again, from the eyes of a med student. And I hope to be able to also gain that kind of exposure while I'm here. Overall, a very, very positive start. Like very, very, very happy to be here. That is my summary.